Oh yeah,
This is
Snap's
my
gonna be
spot.
late.
Yes. Snap
Snap
is going to be late.
So we can start. Tucker, I got a question.
I don't.
I think today you should answer it. Hey, Noe, are the things that we say representative of anyone's views, organizational or individual, aside from our own?
You can hit the intro, Abe. No, they are not.
Wait, Abe is...
Abe's our cameraman today.
Nice. Ow. I'm probably completely off. Hey, we are?
Hey, Abe, just shout me when it's playing, so I know. Oh. I'm breezy in here.
We did it. We made it past the intro.
We really need to look at some kind of audio indicator or something.
Welcome to
I don't know.
Well, usually I have the laptop, so I know.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's all right.
It's going well.
I guess.
I'm a little hungry, but we can handle that after this.
Well, you know what that means. It's Muteless today, and we're hungry, which means that we are sponsored by Taco Bell Incorporated.
Bell.
We're not, but yeah.
We're not, but
yeah,
that'd be really cool.
Hi Flip Trip, hi TCL, hi.
I don't even have stream chat.
Welcome to Games, BB Games.
I almost doxed the horseman. I don't think he gives a shit.
Dox the horseman.
Horseman doesn't.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are we?
I don't know. Why don't we start with this dumb, stupid fox over here?
You really don't have to be like that, Tupper. That's really uncalled for. Hi everyone. I'm Compatible.
I'm Sin.
I'm Tubber.
I'm Mono.
I'm Leeroy.
It's Leeroy.
Yeah. This is
the
Leeroy.
world famous Loli Squad Leeroy, the leader of Loli Army.
Finally into Loli Squad. I'm so hyped for you. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
I regret being here now.
The head honcho of Kana Gang, the top tier member of Off Gang.
Oh god, oh no.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
We got him right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just ban him right now. There we go.
So
He's gone. Alright, well what do we do now?
That's what I say, and then you come up with that. Oh my god.
Wow, good job. Good job, guys.
You eventually learn. Well, hold on. First, I'll say you'll eventually learn that some things you just don't give a shit about. The second thing is no, why would you care what you say?
I don't know.
What has changed?
Yeah, we'll get into that later. Hold on.
Leeroy.
Preview.
We have a lot of things to go over today, Tupper.
We do.
Like a lot of things, actually.
Why the fuck are you here?
Because you messaged me and told me to be here in 3
No. Okay, that's not how this works.
Why are you here? Why do you play VR chat? What got you started? How'd that happen?
How I started VR chat was just I was playing Alt Space for a little bit when I had my first Vive headset. Playing Alt Space for a while, and then I was like, oh, what's the other like VR games I could see? Saw VR chat. What are you shaking your head at me for?
I'm shaking my head at Alt Space.
SMH.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I learned that after. But I started playing VR chat. I was, the regular custom avatar guy running around for a few days. First time I played it, I ran into Matt6, Nags, and Amazing Stars.
Oh, no.
And the first day in VR chat, I was hanging out with them, and I didn't even know who they were. Or
Stars joined before you?
Amazing Stars, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
She was playing it. Yeah, I don't know when they started. I think technically a month or two before me, so something like that.
Nice.
But then
And so,
I just started working on models and talking to Shadow Snipe a lot, and yeah, it's kind of went from there. And now I just do it just to hang out with people and dance.
yeah, so you have like a little clan. What do you call it? A little clique? A little.
Yeah, the Loli Lords, right?
Stop.
How did Loli start?
Gaze.
How did the Loli Squad start? All the questions. You should have told me what you were going to ask. I would have prepared at least a little something.
The whole point of this,
You get the best answers with hot questions.
I hate being on the spot though.
we never prepare for these kinds of things. Like,
This is true. I'm drawing a blank. Shit. I had to start. Mainly it was just me, Shadow Snipe, and Moopy were hanging out a bit, and we were hanging out with Moopy when Moopy was a desktop person. It was me and Shadow in VR and Moopy in desktop mode. And we were hanging around Nags, all that kind of stuff. Nags made a joke, because all three of us would always be like dancing or together, all that kind of stuff. And he said, "Oh, you guys should make a group." And we took that to heart and actually made a Discord, just us three at first. Yeah, right? Made a group of just us three for a bit, and then started hanging out more and more often, and then we just started to add more people to it, people that were close to us or hung out with us a lot, and then just kind of grew from there.
Okay. And I remember kind of the early days. You guys would show up like to like a pug or something, and it'd be like, "Oh, hey, the Loli Squad is here." And I was like, before you actually gave it that name, I think it just like that was just such a natural term to apply to you guys that it just had to be the name.
It's basically just like, what do we want to call us? Like, we didn't want to call ourselves like, come up with some like, I don't know, it was something simple. Really, it was
funny game.
Exactly, like something simple. Like that's.
It was choosing a group name in early VR chat was dead easy. You just like, okay, well, what are we mostly comprised of? Kanas, and what do we do? Well, we kill people with drive-by shooting, so we're a gang. So yeah, there you go. Also hybrid.
Yeah, makes sense.
Gang. Loli gang.
Loli gang.
Loli gang.
Loli gang. Gang, 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 gang.
Oh, Banana Bird's here. I gotta go.
Oh, yeah.
You spooked off our guest. Where's Booth Gang? That's a good question. Why is there no Booth Gang? Booth Cat Gang win.
They like each of the popular like booth avatars will have meetups. Like every now and then there'll be like a niche meetup or a quiche meetup or a
quiche
meetup.
Like,
Quiche is the name of the cat that Abe uses.
Oh, I thought like you met up and you ate quiches, like spinach and feta and fuck, man.
Yeah, they'll have meetups. They'll have like a Shakla meetup, Lua meetup, and like you got like really cool little pictures of like all of them in their like edited versions of that one avatar, doing really cute stuff. Following Japanese VR chat players on Twitter is very rewarding, but it also takes over your timeline.
About following Japanese VR chat players.
Do you?
Yes.
Dave's not here to bounce the joke off of, so like you're gonna have to carry the rest of this.
He is here.
No, I mean, yeah, he's here, but he's not like in here. It's not gonna be temporally relevant by the time he gets around to it. Come on, man.
He's just going A.
He can kind of talk by holding V, but it won't show in the stream.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Anyway.
I guess.
So
But,
now
like,
that we know your whole life story, we have some things to talk about.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
we have
We
a
have a lot of
shit
things
ton
to
of
talk
things to
about.
talk about.
Yeah.
God, what do you want to start
kind
with
of
first?
Get out the
What was
way.
on the list first?
First on the list, I think Sakura-con.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
Sakura-con
money.
Yeah, Compat didn't make it, but everyone was saying they missed Compat.
Compat will make it
Compat.
next year. Don't worry.
Gilgamesh.
But Sakura-con was awesome. everyone except for the cute wolf over there didn't make it.
The cute wolf.
They'll make it next
All right, I'm
year.
heading out.
It was pretty good. Seattle fucking sucks, but that's okay.
I don't know how they drive there. I really
No.
don't.
So for those who
Seattle
haven't
is
driven in
something.
Seattle before, like, so you know generally how each city has like this idea of how the roads work. Like they might be a little bit different from another city, like and maybe because it's a product of how the city grew and how it was built previously, that kind of thing. Seattle was like 18 different cities, and then they all merged together, and they each had an idea of how traffic flow should work. So sometimes there's bike lanes, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're one way, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they have dotted line in the middle, sometimes they have double line in the middle. Sometimes it's this weird like 3-1 or like 2-4 or like some weird lane layout.
Don't forget about this the 6-lane intersection.
Yeah, it's like it's real fucked up. It's like if someone was playing City Skylines and like installed a new DLC every hour that they played, or a new mod that did traffic or road shit and started using like the new roads for it. It's fucking awful.
It's like it's pretty good if you don't drive and don't go in the bad areas.
Yes.
I don't know how the Uber drivers manage.
It's a very pretty looking city. There's some great views and there's some really nice little walks. Specifically like the ones around college campuses.
Quick interruption. Thank you to Helenella, TCL, and Avros for subscribing to the sub list. We got the subs. We're real now.
The subs.
We're no longer imaginary.
Oh my goodness.
Except Leeroy.
Real streamers.
What?
You're not real.
Leeroy was like one of the first VR chat streamers.
Yeah.
I remember
I think it was me and 2 or 3 other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it started, like before it blew up or anything.
Yeah,
I remember a couple times
I actually watched play VR chat.
Yeah, I remember like when you would see a VR chat stream pop up, someone like would post it somewhere early on. Like 1 or 2 times it happened in the early Slack, and then it would start happening in the Discord sometimes. But by the time the Discord popped up, things blew up pretty fast. So
yeah,
things got pretty crazy.
But but Sakura-con was a lot of fun. I think we could agree overall. Cool.
We had
2 Airbnbs. We did have Feeth. Feeth is, if you know Feeth was exactly as you expected.
Yeah.
And
never trust him. Never believe him.
Never trust or believe Feeth. But do pick them up because they weigh like 6 pounds. It's great. They're just a person. They're a very compact person you can just like lift, and they're just like it's like a small box. It's like you're moving, except it's a person. It's I don't have any better way of putting it. I wanted to throw them, but I didn't want them to die.
Feeth is portable.
Because that would have been Feeth is portable.
That was like very breakable Feeth.
Leeroy picked me up.
Snap says they're on their way, and then traffic.
Oh, light. Also
sucks.
Don't twitch and drive.
Yeah, how are you in Twitch fucking chat and you're driving? Stop.
He could put if he's got a I don't know, the voice activate, not voice activation.
It's all no. He doesn't. She doesn't. It's all caps.
I just got an invite request from.
I mean, if he yells it.
I think Swoop's here.
Oh, they're on the. I'm not driving. I'm home.
I think she's here.
Okay. All right. Yes.
Okay, well, Sakura-con, that's all nice and cool and everything, but like that's the least interesting thing we have to talk about today.
Yeah, because
we can keep talking about it.
Jesus. So what's next on the list so that Compatible doesn't fucking murder people?
Sakura-con Aftermath.
Man, Sakura-con afterwards was great. Okay. We'll make up for it at AX.
I just wanted to say this. The day after, like, because I'm staying with Abe right now. We're flying back from Seattle. In the day after, we had a little extra free time and ended up at Valve
La la
Oh,
la
yeah.
la 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 la. Not listening.
We went to
Lucky
Valve
you.
HQ. Literally.
Meanwhile, I'm
Literally
in
Valve.
Vancouver waiting for my flight.
I'm not listening.
Yeah, no,
It
Nave
was
got a tour
Right
of
place
Valve.
at
I
the
was a
right
little bit,
time.
and knowing the right people. And how do you know the right people? No way to move it on to something different.
I'm. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I just know some people.
Oh, don't be smug about it. Just spit it out already.
I work for VR Chat now.
Yay! No, it works for
Yay.
VR chat. What do you do for VR chat?
Dab.
You can't do that anymore. It's part of the contract.
Gosh.
But Hollywood does it. Okay.
Mm-mm.
I suppose. What do
My
I do? I
social
do
media
community
is
support.
completely broken.
Community and support. Community/support.
Yes.
I sent Snap an invite. Snap still has not appeared. If you can, I don't know
Snap
if
has
you
not
can,
gotten
you can
the
help there.
invite.
Doing magic. Hold on.
Okay.
Spam snip invites.
Social
Do the
menu's
magic.
broken right now.
There we go. Sent.
No, I do community/support. Real like actual work starts when I get back in the UK, but now I'm just kind of going through onboarding, helping out here and there. But yeah, with VR Chat, I'm finally employed, kind of. Not really,
Hey.
but I'm self-employed.
Yes.
I'm getting something.
Yeah, it's
Sorry about that, Topper.
it's crazy suddenly
Wow,
knowing
welcome
everything.
back.
Hello.
Snoop. Hey.
Hit
Hello.
me. Hi.
Hi. Special guest,
Who are you?
Snip.
Did you bring us
Snip.
Taco Bell?
Professor Snap.
Fuck that. I don't like Taco Bell.
Get the.
Pro-
Wow!
Professor
Fire from. Hey, Leeroy, you want to be on a
Snap.
podcast?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay,
Do you like Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Get back up.
So,
Yeah, no, it works for VR chat. Yes, slowly.
Yay.
I will take over the mute list.
yeah, I hope so. That's great.
Yeah, just employ the entire mute list.
That's definitely
just
not
turn
a
into
conflict
it.
of interest or anything.
Hey, man, nepotism works.
Whoa. Can't spell nepotism without
I'll
net.
send you my resume at the end of this episode.
No.
I'd like to see that resume.
It's quite
I'm
unimpressive.
a wolf girl in VR. Dog girl? Canis lupus?
Does no
fucking
Tupper
fact.
and no A.
Werewolf.
Vulpus
Sure, whatever.
voluptuous.
Vulpus voluptuous.
Not compared to your last avatar.
Not quite,
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
Vulpus
compared
not
to my
quite as
last avatar, not
voluptuous.
as much.
Yeah.
Vulpus slightly less
Moving
voluptuous.
on, we have to get through these very quickly because we got a lot of stuff today.
Vulpus flat as a
Okay,
bortus.
VR Chat is coming to the Oculus Quest in spring 2019.
Didn't we talk about
Wow.
this when we were on the VR chat Udon version?
Yeah, except VR Chat is coming to the Oculus Quest when the Oculus Quest launches.
Hey, dab, dab,
Yay.
dab,
Yeah.
dab, which means when you get your
Dab.
Oculus Quest on May
21st.
21st,
Something like
you
that.
can play VR chat.
It's a
Yeah.
launch
Day
title.
one. It's a launch title.
If you
It's gonna be-
pre-ordered from Walmart and
bigger.
accidentally got it early, you can't play it yet.
Today.
You can't do that.
You
You
can't
can't,
play
you
anything,
can't play
actually.
anything.
Hey, if you ever were to pre-order something that has a hard street date in which the company will probably murder you for releasing, but you really want it early, just pre-order it from Walmart. They pay them like $6 a year. Like they don't care. They'll send it to you.
I went to
Like,
Walmart.
Yeah.
I'm
Was
sorry.
it
What'd you think?
disappointing?
It was like a fever dream. It was crazy. It was big.
Yeah. So
And they had lots of things.
little known facts. I worked at Walmart as my first job. Fever
Oh,
dream is the
God.
best way to describe it. Like you go in and like time just begins slipping by and like things feel gross and like you feel like you have this film of slime and scales all over you.
Sounds like
And you
my
just have to
current
scrape
job.
it off. And it's just like, I don't know. It was awful. I have more stories to tell from that, but
I got vanilla milkshake flavored Pop Tarts and chocolate Lucky Charms.
welcome to America.
Chocolate Lucky Charms. What?
Chocolate Lucky Charms. Real
Oh,
real
yeah,
American,
TCL Walmart in Canada is totally different.
balanced American breakfast.
Yeah, I can agree with like yeah.
So, yeah, speaking of VRChat coming to the Oculus Quest, if you don't know what the Oculus Quest is, it's a brand new headset by Oculus. That the whole shtick behind it is that it's completely standalone. You don't need any external
the Oculus Quest
sensors.
is made by Oculus?
Yes, you don't need any external sensors.
Whoa.
You don't need a computer. All you need is the headset and the controllers that come with it, and you can experience tons of content from the Oculus Store directly on the headset. No streaming, no nothing. It's just VR in its pure natural state.
It's the
So
Nintendo
we're
Switch of
really
VR.
started the movie Ready Player
Yes.
One already.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a lot like, yeah, the Switch is probably the best comparison for. Don't please. No. Oh my God! Snap is storing mugs in her ass again, and it still does the exact same animation. Like, please,
in the same
no, wait,
spot.
Leeroy, come here and stand here and watch Snap, like, just hijack a fucking mug and just, like, sticks it out her. Oh, shit. It's so
Thanks,
good.
Hexman.
Okay. Anyways, Seated IK for desktop is so good. There's lots of other stuff coming out other than VR chat. Obviously, we would love for you to play VR chat, but there's shit like
Also,
Beat Saber.
Beat Saber.
Beat Saber.
Beat Saber for the Quest is
Climb?
apparently really fucking good. Climby? Is Climby on Quest?
No, the
No,
climb.
the climb.
The climb.
Oh.
It's
The
it's
Climb.
it's the other one.
It's the Mount
Okay.
Everest one,
It's-
isn't it?
It's the
Oh,
yeah.
Oculus it's the Oculus exclusive one that isn't on
Oh,
Steam.
okay. There's a bunch
and
of
then
other
there's
cool
also-
shit coming.
Dead
Focus
and
Stars
Buried
VR?
coming. Poker
Mhm.
Star- Is it? Is that confirmed?
Yes.
Oh,
There's what?
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. So
Poker
Poker Stars
Stars.
VR is coming. And,
Oh, hell yes.
Creed, Creed Rise to Glory, Vader Immortal,
Robo Recall.
Robo Recall.
Robo Recall.
And so there's a lot of games that were originally released for the Rift on PC that are being ported to the Quest. And so you get like a decent, almost, from what I've seen, almost PC experience on a completely standalone headset for $400.
There are a couple of gives. Like, I mean, obviously it is still a mobile headset, but honestly, the things that I've seen other developers do with it, the things that we've been able to manage to do, like with content on VR Chat on Quest, is like people have used the Go before, and they expect basically the Go, but a little bit faster. That's not the case at all. The addition of like, you know, a dedicated OS. It's not like basically a phone running Oculus software, and then also 6-DoF controllers completely makes a difference. Also, the image like tracking is fucking good. I mean, I'm not sure if I could say much more than that, but it surprised the shit out of me. I still want my lighthouses, but damn, that's pretty good.
Speaking of lighthouses.
I get whoa. I guess the consensus, all right, just so we can like wrap everything up. The Quest is
Well,
more than you expect.
It'll be wonderful for getting people into VR that have never tried it before, or they had a faulty start experience, like with Google Cardboard, which did far more damage to VR than it actually helped.
Or just like, I mean, enthusiasts like will
You
get
know-
the best headset they can, but then beyond that, like I think
Speaking
Quest
of
as an accessory
enthusiasts,
can
the
be
inside of my
great.
controllers say Valve Index on them, and they have this little like icon on the top side of it now. Do you guys know anything about that?
No. So the Quest, like, I think you could, like if you really like VR, if you're already like a heavy VR user, I think Quest is a great way to like just have this kind of secondary VR system, take it wherever you want, show whoever you want.
You're
It's
sitting
like
in
and
chairs.
Just
really
disable the
quick,
button.
really accessible way to just jump in VR.
Oh fuck! Sing got snapped.
Oh no!
So I think that's it for VR.
No
talk.
in-game spoilers.
There's no in-game spoilers.
Maybe it
Yes.
was yesterday.
Yeah.
I would believe we're spoiling.
I would agree. Generally, if you're already an engaged and hooked VR user, Quest probably isn't as attractive. But
Unless you're me.
like, unless you're compat.
Unless you're compact and weird.
But you're
But
special.
for people getting into VR, it is so much better than everything else that's available for like a starter headset. I mean, I guess the Rift S exists, but there's a reason why that was irrelevant an hour before it was launched.
You don't have to
And
say
that reason
that.
is the opinions represented on the mute list are not representative of any specific individuals or organizations other than the individual that stated it. So the Rift S irrelevant an hour before it was announced. And the reason why is because of what Compat tried to switch us over to earlier. The fucking Index is real and it's coming out.
Oh god.
And I bought one, the whole kit, even though I don't need base stations because I'm going to give Valve money so they keep making more hardware.
The
You're
day
gonna
the
hate
day
it.
the pre-orders launched, I woke up, checked the store page, and every single kit was sold out. Every single package.
I woke
Actually,
up
the
and
full
looked at
kit sold
Twitter.
out
Controllers, headset,
Go ahead.
full kit.
The full kit sold out before anything
in
else.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It sold out in
Really?
15 minutes. Yep.
Fucking
Mhm.
hell.
I mean, no
I
one
woke
knows
up
how much stock they had, but I would assume,
I think
a couple
in a
thousand, maybe
press
10,000
email,
units.
They said that they were made in very limited quantities to start
There
out
is something
with.
like
So,
that, which is a strange way to like open a product.
weird
that-
flex, but
Well,
Yeah.
no, because the
Yeah.
initial release of like the Vive and the Rift were kind of the same way. Like it was a real slow ramp up for manufacturing processes, which is why we've got this pre-order time. The pre-order time isn't necessarily just because they got all these products and they get to sit here forever. It's because they literally they just finalized design. They just basically got the gold source for the headset, and they've sent it off to manufacturing to start mass production on hyperscale, like big scale. I wouldn't call it artificial. No, I think they're just basically pushing it out as quickly as they possibly can.
And that's fair. I managed to.
they saw.
That's
I
my
managed
guess.
to auto adjust the headset.
Yeah, I think Valve saw how close the Quest and the Rift S were coming out, and they were all like, "All right, we gotta get out there, get out
That'd be
there."
cool,
They
if that's
announced
the
it a day
case.
early. They announced it a day early, and they're shipping earlier than we thought they would.
Well,
so
It's important to note that they announced it a day early, an hour before F8, which is Facebook's
they
thing,
announced it
like their
when
keynote.
F8 started.
Yeah, basically. They
Yeah.
all the info dropped when F8 started. And the reason why this is important is because although it's essentially irrelevant for the Quest, like if you're interested in a Quest, the Index probably isn't up your alley. But if you are interested in a new next generation headset, and you were thinking, maybe the Rift S is an improvement enough to call it a next generation headset, the Index is I've been seeing people calling it both a Generation 2 and a Generation 1.75, which I don't really like that term because it's really pedantic, but whatever. Like, it's probably the first thing that comes close to a actual Gen 2
1.5
headset.
plus.
Yeah. It seems like it seems like it just builds on a lot of like the faults people had with the Vive Pro. It gives it seems like it has a better screen, a wider FOV.
It's cheaper.
And it's cheaper, yeah.
It is cheaper.
And really cool looking
Oh,
controllers.
And the controllers. The controllers are probably... I ran an informal poll on my Twitter just to see, like, what did you pre-order over the past couple days? Like, and I put the Quest and the Rift S, and I put each of the Index components so people could just check off what they got. The top by far, by about, like, 15 to 20% over anything else, was just the Index controllers by themselves. So there's a large amount of people that are buying just the controllers for whatever. And because
They'll
the
always
people
have
that follow me
controllers.
on Twitter typically are like VR chat people. That means we're gonna have a lot of index users for controllers in VR chat.
Yeah, let's
Time to
hope.
get to work.
Yeah, let's hope.
They're knuckles, Tupper. They'll always be.
No, they're
knuckles.
index
The
controllers.
Nux.
They're
They're,
knuckles.
they're index fingers.
They're nuts.
I
got the
still
nuts.
I still like to refer to them affectionately as the Nux.
The nuts. I got the nuts.
I'm just gonna call you by your name because I don't think you give a shit. Logan said generation 1.675.
New
Yeah.
game
New Game
plus.
Plus.
Yeah, new game plus. Yes, exactly. I would call the Vive Pro a generation 1.05. Like it was pushed forward by like the addition, like the better screen and the
I think
Halo
it's,
kind of
closer
design.
to a generation 1.327, but like
Oh, okay. It was just. But Index has a lot of interesting things going on for it aside from the controllers, which we already know quite a bit about because a lot of VR chatters have them. They have the prototypes for them, which are the Knuckle EV3s and the Knuckle DVs. I have a couple pairs. Compet has a pair. A couple of other people have
Just send
pairs.
me a pair.
I broke a pair.
You have a pair? Yeah, that's right. You do.
Oh, we
have
were flexing
EV3s.
them on Twitter earlier. Did you see? Forcible posted his picture of like 4 Knuckles controllers, and then I went and I joined in on it.
Oh my god.
I was gonna do that, but then I was like, I should do that and then put the quest like in the background.
Well, you have a quest.
See if the people really notice.
Yeah.
Shut up, Noah. You have a quest.
Yeah, you do.
That's debatable.
I don't think it's up for debate.
But there's the front little slot, which they're calling the frunk, which I appreciate because that's also
Eleventh
It's
what
part.
Tesla
hilarious.
calls their frunk is a frunk because it's a frunk. FRUNK. It's got a USB 3.0 plug in it, like I think a Type A. People have been putting like stuff in it already. I think at Valve they developed basically like an LED panel, so you could have like
Hmm.
the
Like a Knight
the
Rider.
Cylon,
The silent.
and the Cylon or Knight Rider little LED thing.
Only robot that carries a
Um,
knife.
What's that?
Only robot that carries a knife.
A Cylon?
It isn't really anymore, but that was like that when growing up. Like my dad would always say, like, "This is why the Cylons are cool."
I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't watch the original Battlestar that much, so it was kind of hard to watch. Yeah, so I'm expecting to see like people to hack on it and like build their own modules for it. Like imagine like a snap-in leap motion that you can build with a Raspberry Pi and two little things like 2 cameras. It also already has 2 cameras on it, which is interesting. They're pretty wide apart, which gives you a huge, more depth perception than your actual eyes, which is going to be interesting. They don't really do anything except pass through right now, but the Steam SDK completely opens it up, apparently. Like you just have access to it. So you can do crazy stuff with augmented whatever.
Hand tracking with that would be cool.
Yeah, potentially. You could implement it with like open source stuff, or a company could come along and build some software for it. Yeah, and because they're so far apart, you would have pretty good depth information out of that.
Something people I don't think gets talked about much. The Oculus Quest, the Vive Pro, the Samsung Odyssey Plus, or I guess just Odyssey, and the Valve Index all have the same resolution.
Yep.
Different FOVs, but same resolution.
Different FOVs,
Yeah, it's
different
pretty cool.
panels, but all of the resolutions are the same.
I've been using an
So-
Odyssey Plus as my main headset since coming here to Abe's house, and it's a very nice headset. Like having that like resolution with the reduced screen door effect and everything, it feels so weird to be using a Rift right now, and like it's
TCL
literally
brings up a
like
good point.
a screen door.
They're all the
Yeah.
same panel resolution, but the rendered resolutions are different.
Yep.
And also, index 120 hertz.
Yeah, and
144.
experimental
And
144.
Experimental 144.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
144
apparently there's
is, like-
issues with there's update
Yeah.
rates with like the backlighting or whatever they do for the LCDs, and there's this thing called light ripping, like that they have problems with in
Oh.
144.
Hmm.
But you can do 120.
Sounds badass, but like.
Yeah, light ripping. I
Can you
want to
do,
rip
like-
some fucking light apart. That sounds cool.
Can you do like the ASW type thing from 72? The 145.
I mean, I suppose, but it probably does that anyways. Like, because they called it specifically backwards compatible, like 120 backwards compatible to 90. So what that says to me is that it always runs at 120. Like displays don't typically downclock. Like my monitor doesn't downclock, except if
Yeah.
I'm using G-Sync, because that's what it does, to whatever frame rate my application's running at. So it probably does some interpolation using SteamVR or on headset stuff
That'd be cool.
up to 120, which means you're going to get the benefit of 120 no matter what, at least part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
reproduction
120
has
hertz is a big
gotten
deal.
Really good. Like
Oh, it
in like on Odyssey Plus, like I've been
get it.
using
I
Odyssey
hate it,
Plus on
but
my
I get it.
laptop, which
Wait,
it's a
what?
1060. It's not amazing. What's going on here?
It's
Oh, that's
backwards
not compatible.
Yeah,
Uh,
same.
I know.
ah,
Oh god.
At AX, I'll do that if you come back. Don't worry.
let me in on a dog.
I'll end your suffering.
Damn it. God.
Let's see. What else is interesting about the Index? Oh, you can get a adapter that converts its DisplayPort, USB, and power into
To
just
virtual
a
link!
virtual link.
That's
I'm
more
gonna
first
finally be
party,
able
though,
to
isn't
use-
it?
Finally!
No, it's first party.
Finally!
I'm
Oh,
finally
wow,
gonna be
that's
able to use
cool.
my virtual link port. I'm gonna
That's
have
not
my
bad.
entire Index headset hooked in by just one adapter into my video card.
God bless
yes,
America.
it is $40, and it's $40 I gladly would spend because, again, as I said at the beginning of this conversation, it gives Valve more money, which means they're more likely to do more things.
So, It's
Infinitesimally more
first party
likely.
from Valve,
yes,
and it's on the
it's
Steam
from
store.
Valve.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, damn, cool.
To people who don't know, Virtual Link is this really cool standard that a bunch of VR companies adopted like a year or two ago, where everything, power, data, video, like literally everything on the headset is transferred by one cable, one connector. It's really, really cool.
Yeah,
Food's here.
My
Food's here.
laptop only has an HDMI
it's
port.
here.
Food's there.
Where?
HDMI.
Yeah, food's here. I haven't eaten
I
dinner
have
yet, so
a
y'all
total
y'all
Of
do your
one
thing. I'm gonna go.
HDMI port on the side.
Um,
All right, bye.
I'll be back.
Be quick about it, because
Bye.
we have to talk about... Oh, no, we're actually going
Enjoy
through...
your food.
We're going through stuff. It was pretty good. Okay,
What next? Yeah, the index is gonna be
Taking this
great. Pre-orders
I
are
don't know
already
about now.
pretty much booked out. You can reserve. The full package is $1,000. The headset and controllers is $750. The headset alone is $500. The controllers alone are $250, and the base stations alone are $150 each.
Like 270.
$270. Yeah, $270 for the $280 for the controllers. But yes, it is pricey, but I mean, honestly, a lot of people have been waiting for a high-end, like, headset by a reputable company for a long time, and all we really had since then is like WMR headsets, which are all just kind of
Yeah.
and then Pimax, which is not reputable at all and is a headset built by people that forgot that people have to wear a headset. And yeah, it's great. I'm so excited.
I think selling everything separately, like from the get-go, was a really good idea.
Yep.
For Valve, like.
Well, that's the mindset behind the Lighthouse system. Like, you can mix and match. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, you're not shit out of luck if you have a Vive. You're not shit out of luck if you like the Vive Pro. Like.
Yep. You can use
It's-
whatever you want.
You
It's
can
beautiful.
literally, like,
The
yeah.
glory of An open market.
Yeah, it's an open technology. Literally, if you just decide you want to build something that's Lighthouse compatible, you just can. There's no licensing fees. There's no nothing. You just do it.
There's still like in the VR chat community, I think there's still like a big need for more affordable pucks, and I hope like I'm still hoping someone will come out with that, either Valve or licensee. But yeah, we'll see.
I want cheaper tracker straps. That's what I want.
Oh, track straps are
I
expensive.
use rubber bands.
Sweet rubber bands.
I have been using the same pair of rubber bands for both feet for a year and a half.
Okay.
Just get
You
track
don't dance in
straps.
VR like me.
Why would I get track straps if I have
I'm
rubber
gonna
bands?
need a new waist strap when I get back.
Because you can get a track belt. Track strap. The company makes a belt for it, and it's really nice. Apparently.
Yeah, they made a.
I use
when
a
I
normal
first
belt.
bought the straps, they didn't
a
have the
puck.
belt, so I had to buy two pairs of the.
I gotta buy the belt at some point, but then again, I've got to buy new. I've got to buy new trackers anyways because my trackers are 1.0s.
Oh god.
I use a regular belt
2.0s.
with a
Just
puck
use your 1.0
secured
lighthouse.
with rubber
No,
bands.
I want 2.0 lighthouses for all the essentially non-benefits they'll give me. You need an Amazon affiliates account. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
This is like this is why people buy Apple products.
Because they hate
What?
their business practices and
Because they
their
hate money.
software and misrepresenting hardware as being more powerful than it actually is.
They just want it because it's the new thing. Like you just use
What?
just use 1.0 base stations and you can use your 1.0
Well, no,
pucks.
there is a reason to want 2.0 base stations, which is you're building a future-proof infrastructure that you could build on more later on once they release the technology they say they're going to.
Then
like-
build upon them, like buy
They
them
get them
when you can
later.
build upon them.
But it's easier to spend, what is that, $300 now and then $300 later than it is to spend $600 later. Also, yes, you don't need a link cable. Good point, Abe. I don't use the link cable, but Abe does because there's something in the way. What?
Okay.
I don't get
I
it.
don't to like that other guy.
He went to go
That other guy?
eat stuff.
Is he a Taco Bell?
FBC said food. So food.
VR
No,
chat.
yeah, Compat went to go get food.
VR
Oh.
chat.
Bye, Snap.
Snap is dying.
Oh no.
Ah,
Uh-oh.
Oh, welcome back.
I don't know what just happened, but
Your internet
that was weird.
farted.
What is this? What is
No,
this?
it's not. No, I'm at my parents' house. My internet's like stable here. My game just froze for a sec. That was weird.
You want McDonald's? I want McDonald's.
You okay now?
I want-
Fuck!
What?
You okay now?
McDonald's.
Okay. Tupper, I'm coming to you. I'm gonna
I'm
go to
getting
McDonald's.
71
I'm gonna-
FPS.
I'm gonna book a plane right now.
Okay.
All right.
So VR chat has cool stuff coming up, which they will talk about next week.
Yes. We are going to have a dev stream, our second ever.
Yay.
We don't really have a schedule for them. We just kind of you haven't established a schedule for them, and people are already asking for regularity, and it's like it's not how these things work. But we
Not.
plan on talking about a bunch of things. Yeah, there's not much info out there right now, mostly because we're nailing down a bunch of it. But next Wednesday
I can't
at
wait to see the Twitch chat. See all the
5
people
oh.
talking.
I can't wait.
Yeah, well, we have a whole Discord
Get
mods
your
team
mod fingers
ready to
ready.
go.
Yeah, hi. Hi, I'm right here. Ready to go.
Discord
I mean,
mods, oh, wait.
I think most of us are.
I think
For like,
everyone here is. You stepped
I'm
down,
not.
though. I think.
Yeah.
I've had step down too. It's
oh,
just
yeah.
Snap.
Oh, did he?
FPC
oh,
has a
okay,
good
it's
point.
just me and Leeroy then.
I'm
Oh,
looking
well.
forward to the shit posts from Flip Trip out of the dev stream. The one
Yes.
last time was really good.
I had to dab for Ryan. Wow, I can't talk.
there'll be a lot of interesting things there, I'm sure. I don't really know what we're nailing down just yet.
Well,
It's
on the
also because
announcement
we've had-
picture, there was the word udon.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a new logo for Udon. That's our logo for it. It's really nice, futuristic looking, kind of continuous like a
Udon.
noodle.
Upper.
Sega, but
Yeah.
better.
Can we get more polygons?
No, you have enough. Fuck off.
Look at the chat.
God.
Yell at me.
Do you know how many polygons is
Insane.
70K? You could render 2 Overwatch characters at full resolution with all of their weapons, including their golden weapons, at the same time, and still have a 10,000 like poly budget on top of that.
Yeah, but then you have to think about the animations after that. And my avatar,
It speaks volumes about
avatar quality
Overwatch.
goes down.
It has nothing to do with poly count.
But it's so hard to. My kit
It's-
bash MMD though.
My
I need my
kit bash
200k ring.
my kit bash of MMDs, which were never intended for
Million
real-time rendering in the
pound
first
bread.
place, with a bunch of like shitty like models they found on DeviantArt with 10,000 or 100,000 polygons each that were
With no
also never meant for
textures.
real-time rendering.
No
My
textures.
word,
No
all
textures.
individually colored polygons.
Yeah, I like how there's so like they're always like 200,000 polygons. And you look at the textures, just the same goddamn flat color across the entire thing because they're using some flat lit toon shader.
I've had,
So
I've
it's
had
like-
4K textures that are just a solid color.
Yeah, and then like because there's so many polygons, you would expect there's a bunch of surface detail. That's the only reason they would have that. No, they're flat lit and they have no normal map. So
Completely
like
flat lit.
Yeah.
you're just rendering nothing. It's just nothing. Oh God.
Rendering
I never
a-
should have made my tutorials.
a green square on a green square.
Make some new ones.
I'll make some new ones as soon as we find like a new source of models that's like, you know, license friendly, and then also, well, yeah, but
Why not just
Like-
use your own model as an example?
I mean, my model's originally an MD as well, so it's pretty poly expensive.
Wow, why the double standard?
Because I can wait. Hold on. Ah, shit! You're on a mod account now. I can't kick you. Wait a minute.
Dab.
Oh, no.
That
Don't look at me.
button's still there. Yeah, you're the next target.
Oh.
Yeah. Now that I'm done bitching about that, we can move on.
Yeah. Move
What do you
on to
want?
what? We're going to AX.
Everybody this time.
I guess.
I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. All of us. Right, Leeroy? You going, right?
AX, yeah, I'm
Anime
going.
Expo. Yeah.
Yes.
Yay.
Anime
I've
Expo.
actually just. I came back from Seattle and I booked my flight.
Oh shit! I still gotta book my
I-
flight.
I should probably book my flight.
Yeah, AX is gonna be interesting. I can't say why, but it may be interesting, depending. We'll see.
What?
But the mute list will be at AX,
The meat list is
and
gonna
lots
be
and
at
lots of other
AX.
people.
OVA
t-shirt?
Part 2
OVA 2.
at Taco Baco
You
again.
probably wait. You
Or
probably
maybe,
have a T-shirt.
No, instead of Taco Bell, let's go like
A muteless t-shirt? No. Talk about a muteless t-shirt. I mean, if you want to give me another VR chat one, it's getting old.
Snap.
Yes.
Get some more muteless T-shirts, and we'll
I
sell
could.
them.
I could.
All right,
Oh.
back off, Leroy.
We'll sell them for
Okay,
10.
you could have gave me at least a
11,
warning at least. And I
12
won't
dollars.
move.
Piss off.
Fuck you.
I mean,
Go back
I
to
earned the
Noah.
shirts at the same place that Beer Chat did. So.
They're good shirts.
How was your McDonald's?
Yeah, they're really good
I
shirts.
can't hide this shit.
What do you
No,
have?
it's not something like that. Hold on, I'm getting some things I need to look at. Un momento.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no!
No,
Take Tupper spot. I'm now Tupper.
I'm
Tupper's getting
I'm not
Tupper's
getting
slack.
things.
Did your head
Don't
get
say
bigger?
anything. Don't say anything. Hi, Sin.
Hi.
How
2
are you?
months. 2
Sin
months,
update.
and I'm
How are
throwing
you?
you in the ocean.
Sin
You
update.
threaten me, but you
Sin
don't follow
update.
up.
Sin
We're doing
update.
it.
This
Sin
this is
update.
the
What?
Sin update. This
What's
is the
up?
segment where you
Ding.
update us on your life. What's going
What's
on,
up?
bud? How you doing?
I'm almost done with this semester,
Yo,
and
same.
oh, okay.
Yo, no gloves.
Oh, no,
shit.
you can't just do that stream.
Oh wait, that's right. I don't have gloves anymore.
Censor!
Oh,
Neither of you have gloves. Oh god. Oh,
Oh no.
Censoring
this
it.
is-
I'm trying.
this stream is ruined.
I mean,
Oh, well.
it's okay. There's another website
doesn't
we can go
Compat
to.
always ruin it?
That's a good point. I'm the only one here without animal ears.
Get some.
I mean,
Tupper?
what if Tupper?
Yeah,
Tupper
what are you
doesn't have
doing?
Animal ears?
Oh, okay.
Same.
Tupper just appeared again.
Tupper used to have cat ears.
He did.
Cats are good.
I am a gay boat.
So I'm also going to Fanime.
I am too.
And so, but
I want to go.
I'll be hooking up with Snap there.
I might be able to go.
Is that
Fanime is,
California?
like-
That'd be cool.
I
It's
don't
San
really
Jose.
know. Yeah,
I
it's in
can't
San
afford it.
Jose. I don't
still
know
have-
if it'll be like much of an investment for me. Like I don't know if we'll be going down for like the weekend or just for like a day trip because it's like just
Yeah. I'll
about
probably be
within
there.
driving distance
I'm
from
probably
here.
there every day because I live so
How
Mm.
long are you guys staying in X for? Like, how long are you guys staying?
The con days.
So just a weekend for you?
I'm staying a
Well,
week. Wednesday,
yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll be
Thursday.
there a week.
Thursday
we
through
got a
Sunday.
there
Airbnb
also.
Me
booked
and, yeah,
for
so we
like
have the same.
sometime the following week, like the next Wednesday or something, next Thursday.
I'm gonna be there for a week.
Oh, I was muted the whole time. So, yeah, the whole week
Alright.
is booked, but like,
Tupper
I-
must be
Professional
quiet.
streamer.
like I might not stay the whole time. I might not stay for that week. Number one, because I'll probably have stuff I need to go back and do, and number two, because the index ships on June 28th at the latest, and fuck real life. I want to go. I have an index. I want an index.
The index.
I want an index.
What kind of time are we on? By the way.
Valve
You've
time.
been
We're here in
It's
just
an
about
hour.
an hour.
Oh, cool. Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we're doing
index.
pretty good.
Honey, you gotta
I'm
come
also
on.
going to E3.
These guys, they're impersonating me.
I don't give a shit about E3.
Yeah, but I'm going.
game.
Enjoy the
They're gonna
ridiculous
do,
amounts of like free food and all
I
kinds of
was
stuff.
really hyped because, like, I heard they were doing a VR showcase. And
Yeah,
turns
actually,
out
Oculus is
that's
going to be at
pre-recorded.
E3.
Oh really?
But E3 has Halo on PC.
Does it? That'd be cool.
What's wrong with Halo?
I can't wait to play
Nothing.
Super Smash Brothers 6.
The tests for that.
Yeah, I
got
can't wait
delayed.
for
Oh.
Smash Ultimate 2 to come out at E3.
Smash Brothers
I bet you
Endgame.
anything they're gonna announce the next DLC character at E3.
Probably. They should.
The next
They should
DLC character is
really
going
get
to
a
be
move on
Steve
with
from
that.
Minecraft. Clip this. Clip
It's
this.
been. It took a really long time for Joker to come out. They should really like be
May
pushing
2nd. He said it first.
DLC characters as soon as they can.
Yeah. Then there's a lot of people that are like that where like once they play VR games they can't really play much else. I'm
Yep.
kind of like that, but there's this weird gulf in between. Like I'll play a bunch of VR games and then there's like two
Dwarf Fortress.
pancake games that I'll play. Yeah, Dwarf Fortress.
Tupper's
Don't
been
play
playing
tons
Dwarf
of Dwarf
Fortress. He's been
Fortress.
I've
streaming
been
it.
playing mostly 2D games lately.
Dwarf
I just haven't
Fortress.
I've been doing
Been
Rainbow
not
Six
lazy
Siege
enough
and
to-
Magic the Gathering.
Oh,
I've been getting back into Magic.
Snap,
I've
you're
been
playing
working.
a video game.
I mean, I've been doing that too.
what? Which one?
That's
I
all I
can't
do.
remember. I saw you playing a game. I was like, oh, so playing that game. What game was it?
Was it Return of the Obra Dinn?
You'll be okay.
No, what was the other one? Yes, no, it was that
No.
one. That cool
Yes.
game with the cool
Yes.
visuals and the indie
Return-
stuff.
I absolutely love that game.
That game is
I
cool.
played through it for the first time.
Mm.
Return of the Obra Dinn.
Imagine if it was in
Uh,
VR.
Oh god, that'd be amazing.
It would look like
It's
cringy.
Oh!
honestly, it's probably my favorite puzzle
Actually,
game.
no, there's nothing new to
puzzle/mystery
talk about
game.
it. I just want to bring back to the front of everyone's mind that after Index launch, No Man's Sky will be available for VR and is more than likely going to be one of the best and one of the most widely owned VR games out there. I cannot wait.
That was one of the games that like they actually had a video of that on the Index.
No Man's Sky is good.
In VR, it's going to be great. Like that's all.
What's wrong with No Man's Sky?
Hated it.
When did you play it? At launch? It's a totally different game now.
Yeah.
It's basically Elite Dangerous.
I don't want to rebuy it.
Crossed with Minecraft.
Wait for it to go on sale. It goes on sale for like $30 sometimes. It'll probably go on sale again once the patch comes out.
30 US. Now let me put that in Canadian. Oh yeah, 45, 50.
Yike.
I mean,
1,000.
Yeah, basically.
Considering the amount of time I put in, I bought it at full price, and I have more than paid for it at like a quarter an hour probably is how much I've paid for it.
I think it's also going to release on private trackers.
What? That wouldn't work. It's always online. You basically would lose out like half of the game if you pirated it. Don't pirate it.
Actually, it released on GOG DRM free with online capabilities.
No. Well,
but sure.
Don't do that. Give them money.
Don't pirate.
They're doing out of all the companies that you could possibly do something like that to, which the answer is none of them. Hello Games should not be one of them because they have turned around No Man's Sky from, even though I liked it at launch, it was a PR disaster. It is now like, it's a legitimately, objectively good game now.
They found
so
Sean Murray hiding in a hole and they dug him out and he made a good game. It
is a wonderful game. I can't wait to play it in VR because like it'll be the first one. Like there's no other space games out there like space sim VR games that you can play right now where you can grab the like you don't need an actual joystick like Elite Dangerous. You just grab the joystick like as if you're holding one and you can just fly it around.
What's really cool, the thought about this that I really like is that No Man's Sky is as much of a space game, like space exploration, as it is land exploration. So being able to swap from and ocean. So being able to like walk around on planets and see the full scale of the things that you discover, and also being able to just hop in your ship and fly across the galaxy in first person in VR
with friends.
Sounds really cool.
With friends. Leeroy, TCL says that it was $33 Canadian last time it was on sale. So there you go.
So, does anyone care about Borderlands?
Still.
Free?
No one cares about Borderlands.
It doesn't come out for 6 months.
Yeah, it's a way off, I guess.
Yeah.
It'll be cool once it comes out, but we can talk about it when it comes relevant.
Did you guys hear that Epic?
No.
Stop. No, please.
Please do not tell me about. Please don't tell me about how Epic ruined one of the most wonderful and positive communities for a competitive game I've ever seen online. But do it anyways.
Epic bought Psyonix, the creators of Rocket League, and then they're planning to stop selling it on Steam.
Oh my. So as soon as this got announced, I went to the Rocket League subreddit, and like I just said, Rocket League's community is really good. There's obviously bad eggs, but like for a competitive game, and that's literally all you do is compete against other players. It has a wonderful community, like just really good. Like they have events and tournaments and all kinds of stuff that they do. And then you go to their subreddit and you go to the thread where it was like, Epic has purchased Psyonix. Just shit. Pitchforks and fire and torches and tar and oil and garbage. And it was awful. And it's like, I have never seen such a polar total shift. Down. It really was. Like, if the equivalent of this was like Epic bought the United States, it would be The Purge. That was that Reddit thread. Like, it was awful. Like, all these people that loved Rocket League and had nothing but like praise for it and understandably so. It's a good game. It supports itself with a reasonable monetization model. Like, it has cool
Crossplay.
modes. It could update often. It has crossplay across fucking everything. And then just immediately just down,
checked
just
the Reddit
gone,
thread.
just completely irrelevant.
I just checked their Reddit
Epic-
thread. It is currently displaying at 0 points.
Epic was just all like,
Yeah.
man, what if we take something that everybody loves and then just ruin it just because we
No.
can?
Do you want to know the real fuck? The real big fuck in the room? Not even like 2 weeks before they did this was, aside from me, not even 2 weeks before this, one of the Epic's like representatives or executives or whatever said, okay, we're going to be less aggressive with this exclusivity thing in the future. Like, he went on record saying that. Literally 2 weeks later, fucking does the most aggressive exclusivity bullshit that they've done like that whole time.
Yeah, that's
It's
The
like-
biggest problem with Tencent and Epic at the moment is they're not trying to compete with Steam. They're not trying to compete with any other market. They're just trying to kill the other markets.
right. There's no competition here because the platform isn't. It's objectively not better than Steam right now. If it was better than Steam, okay, then maybe there's a reason for this. Like maybe there's a reason why you would want to.
nothing wrong
do that.
with wanting to sell in a different store and wanting to have like more competition, wanting to take away
right.
like monopoly from Steam.
Like nobody complains
is
about
not-
Origin or Uplay taking exclusivity in other games like that. Like we can complain, yeah, Uplay sucks. Yeah, Origin is awful. But like they're not being aggressive in ruining, communities and stuff.
Origin did briefly, and they got some flack for it, and they've been less bad with it. But I mean, they still have some like they'll still buy out indie studios here and there, but not as aggressively as what's been going on with Epic.
Yeah, not like fucking Gearbox and Psyonix. Those are big names. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm playing Fortnite.
Gearbox, Gearbox isn't just the victim on this as well. Like Gearbox is particularly like they're a scummy studio. They took they laundered money from Sega for the whole Aliens Colonial Marines thing and spent it on Borderlands 2. Like it's not.
Yeah.
They're not good guys. If they can make a good game, then sure. But I mean,
Yeah, honestly, I
this
have no
is
problem
pretty
with them
typical of that kind of thinking.
Well, you know what I think?
What?
Yeah, that's about what I expected. Oh.
Well,
So Gary's Mod 2 is coming out.
Wait, what?
No, it's
Oh,
not.
actually,
Satisfactory. Oh
something-
wait.
that I
No. Satisfactory
saw-
doesn't come out for another like 10 months.
So
It's on
there's a
early
video
access
I
right now.
saw just before
Flagship
this,
VR title coming later this
potentially
year.
a Left 4 Dead 3.
Yeah, that's something
no,
about that.
fake trailer.
That's
It's already
fake.
been
That's
established
fake.
as fake.
Okay.
Already
is
been
it?
established
Okay.
as fake.
I didn't read up
Alright.
anything. I literally saw it literally before I was even.
Hi, Yui.
Big fake.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, it has like actual product placement in it, which is not a thing Valve does, and it's the
This
wrong
turns really
resolution
high.
and aspect ratio, which is also not a thing that Valve does.
Yeah.
Another thing that Valve
we're not-
doesn't do is
we're not
have the
gonna talk
word
about the
3
Sonic
in the title
trailer.
of a game.
I saw that too. I want to buy.
We're not talking about that trailer.
But yeah, in addition to Boneworks, which is going to be
hella
fucking
cool.
I'll work your
Yeah.
butt.
Hella
Yeah.
cool.
like crazy. Then there's gonna be some unnamed VR title.
Two
for Steam VR,
unnamed
like-
VR titles we
Yeah.
don't know about.
Well, there's one that's been confirmed by Valve. They said that they're literally working on it. Like they said a Steam VR, title, like a full
Flagship
title.
VR title
Yeah.
is what Valve said.
Hmm.
So
There are rumors that there are 3 games. We only know of 2.
They originally announced, like they said they were working on 3 big VR games, like not just experiences, not just like a little kind of campaign, but like a big thing with the intent to retain users, to keep people going back.
No,
Um,
if it is Ricochet 3, I'll fucking play it. Ricochet was
Ricochet
good.
in VR.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we could just go to Battle Disc real quick. Come on, let's go.
Yo, get Q to put a Ricochet mode in Battle Discs.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's only so many possibilities, right? Like, the possibilities are it's a new IP, in which we are guessing does nothing. The next guess is Left 4 Dead, which is possible. The next guess from there is what? Like
Portal.
Portal's a pretty good guess.
Well, Portal's
A lot
pretty
of
good
their
guess
VR
for
stuff has
multiple
been
reasons.
Portal based
Yeah,
too.
so most of this
Their new
most of
demo
the
is
things that Valve
portal-based.
was- Yeah, their new demo is portal based. The lab was portal based. Moondust, the
Part of it was.
Knuckles
Moondust.
demo, was
Yeah.
Portal based. So
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
Portal seems like a pretty good idea.
But
Well, also, they
remember
kinda
that
just-
Portal is set in the Half-Life universe.
That
Kind
is
of.
true.
So,
they kind
like,
of just they
they've-
kind of just use that aesthetic in a lot of their showcases as well. Like it was the lab.
Yeah. They kind of messed up the universe placement thing in Portal 2 by having an enormous time skip.
Well,
But yeah.
yeah, but like, all that really meant was that the ship has to remain accessible. Sort
in
of.
the quantum realm.
Well, sort of, kind of, not really. I don't know.
Hmm.
The timeline for the Half-Life universe is all kinds of crazy. Of course, golden grail of what it could possibly be is Half-Life 3 VR, which probably won't be it.
No.
No one's gonna expect it. No one's gonna
Probably
expect it
not.
because if it is it, then we'll all be suitably surprised and excited for it and all that kind of stuff. It'll be great. It'll be the best game of the 2010s, hands down. Like it just is.
The
But
internet would die that day.
I've had this
But
model
it-
for a while.
I fully expect it not to be that. And if it's not that, then I won't care. I'll be like, okay, whatever.
Hmm.
Don't get your hopes up.
Valve is Aperture Science. Yeah, that's a good point. I
like
think
it
the
better
best
than
guess,
Battle Black Mesa.
I think the best guess is that if it is an existing IP, it's probably Portal.
Yep.
I can see it
That's-
in Portal.
That's safe. Like that's the safest.
Yeah.
Of course, it always could be Artifact VR.
Why isn't Artifact in VR? Like that would at least give it
That
something
would,
to go on.
I
right?
would actually play it.
I just
yeah,
cursed
right?
myself.
I would if Artifact
It's in
was VR,
Source
I would
2.
legitimately
Why-
play it.
I don't know what I'm gonna do to you.
Why didn't they just put it in VR? Yeah.
Dota 2 is already in VR, but it's like a really weird
Dota
implementation
2
the
is-
last
it's
time
a
I tried.
spectator.
In VR, yeah.
It's
It's
expected.
quite
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
It's just yeah.
It's cool.
Well, the problem with the Dota 2 VR mode is that if you don't understand what's going on in Dota 2, you absolutely do not have any understanding at all what's going on in Dota 2 VR. You just see characters running around, and there's lights and explosions,
I think
and the
you
crowd
can get
screams,
the,
I
and
mean,
that's it.
you can
That's how
get
you
the
play most
simplified
MOBAs,
Twitch
so you don't
commentary.
have to.
Yeah, but Dota 2 is a different
Yeah, well,
MOBA
MOBAs are
than, like, every
garbage,
other
so-
MOBA. Oi!
Hey, correct.
Hate you both.
Daily reminder that League of Legends is a virus and you need to uninstall it.
Understandable for that one.
Battle Royales are just an extension of the MOBA virus.
Riot had an employee walkout.
Jesus. Wait, what did I just hear, Leeroy? Hey, Rennie is asking you what you just said. What did you just say?
Nothing.
Dota is not a MOBA. Wait, really? You said that?
It's technically. I didn't say that.
It's a MOBA.
That is the most MOBA of MOBAs. How is it not a
And
MOBA?
It's
technically, it's
practically the
a
definition of a MOBA.
our guy. I don't know. There's another acronym. People are
Dota
saying
is
like
literally
MOBA's
defining the
wrong.
genre. That's correct.
That's true. Yeah, it's
Dota is an
actually-
RTS. It's not an what?
It's a
Dota's an
Dota-like.
RTS my left
No.
nut.
Well-
Okay, no.
It's a subgenre.
MOBA
of
is a
RTS.
subgenre
a
of
subgenre.
RTS.
It is. But yeah,
Like, you can't have a MOBA without having an RTS first.
I mean, it was
Dota
like,
is an
Dota was a mod
FPS.
of an RTS.
Dota would be a
Like-
good game if it was an FPS.
No, but that's
No.
happened. People have made
Just
first-person
install a mod.
shooters with Dota mechanics.
Remember Paragon?
Are MOBAs strategic
I
or
know
tactical?
Paragon.
MOBAs are both. They're both strategic and tactical, and the amount of each varies depending on the character class that you play.
What actually pisses me off though is when people call games like Overwatch MOBAs.
Oh my god, I had
not
a
MOBA.
I had
That
a
is-
week's
oh.
long. Okay, so before Overwatch launched, with
As
my friends I used to play World of Warcraft with, we had a weeks long argument about if Overwatch was a MOBA or not, and like people I
Jeez.
completely
It's
never
TF2.
expected. Yeah, so TF2 is
I
that was my
mean,
argument. It's like if this is a
dirty
MOBA,
bomb.
then TF2 is a MOBA. Like you can't just say anything with
It-
classes is a MOBA. Oh,
It's
D&D's a MOBA, I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah, D&D 1.0, the original MOBA.
It has
Yeah,
this,
VRChat is
like,
VRChat's a MOBA. I'm a
VRChat.
trusted user. How about you guys? What are you playing today?
VRChat isn't a MOBA because it's not a battle arena, but Steel and Gold's a MOBA.
Stealing Gold to MOBA.
I don't. Well, they
It's-
do have abilities in TF2.
It's the cooldown
abilities
abilities,
are-
specifically that.
Big fucking
Yeah.
box.
Wait, so World of Warcraft is a MOBA?
No,
Yes,
the way
those are
MOBAs implement them.
Doesn't it have a
like,
game?
is
Doesn't it have like a
the way-
MOBA
the
game
way
mode or
MOBAs
something? Like Final
and
Fantasy
Overwatch-
14
Why are we
does?
talking about this?
Yeah, I hate this conversation. Let's move on. So,
Any
anyways,
questions?
yeah. So, what would be the best thing for me to get at Taco Bell and or McDonald's when I go there? I'm thinking if I go to
cheesy gordita
McDonald's.
crunch.
Gordita
Chicken
crunch?
nuggets.
Chicken
yeah.
nuggies.
Well, yeah.
Chicken
So if I go
nuggets.
to Taco Bell, it's probably gonna be a cheesy gordita crunch. If I go to McDonald's, I'm probably gonna get the 20-piece like chicken nuggets thing because
Hey,
I'm
Big
fucking
boy.
hungry.
I had a
Big
thing
boy.
today.
Boy.
I just
I need
want
my
to say
protons.
the Wikipedia page for the MOBA genre still mentions Paragon.
I had a thing. I can't remember what it was called. It was
Why would you go to either? Because they're both delicious.
Wiener Schnitzel? Schnitzel?
Shawarma.
Wiener
Schnitzel
Schnitzel?
Snatzel?
Are you speaking English?
No, it's German.
It's German.
I can't remember what it was called. It was, I think, is Wiener
Wiener
Schnitzel the right?
Wiener
Is that a
Schnitzel.
thing? Is that what it
Wiener
is?
Schnitzel. Wiener
They do,
Schnitzel.
they do
Wiener
hot
Schnitzel.
dogs and chili dogs and things. And I had a chili
Yeah.
Chili
cheese
dogs.
dog.
The
That was
logo
great.
is just a W, right?
I didn't
Yeah.
know that place
59
still
Berliner?
existed.
And I had fries with also chili and cheese and some salsa stuff on top. It was great. American food is something.
To be fair, you need
know
to
what
put
else
the
is
meat on your
something?
bones.
All the questions that we could be answering right now to close this stream.
Yeah, you guys got any questions?
Hey, yeah. Ask questions
Oh,
for
great.
us or our
Ask questions
guests.
to Leeroy.
Specifically for our guest.
have-
Oh no.
Yeah.
Introducing our guest, this is Leeroy.
Can I give myself
Um,
VIP?
You
I
already
don't know what that
did.
means. Oh, okay.
Cool, thanks.
Can I get VIP Leeroy?
I don't
Flip
even,
Trip
I
wants
don't think I can
VIP.
even do that.
On your channel.
Oh, on my channel? I don't know. Probably.
Yo,
Can I do that?
Hey,
can I do that
I'm
via
a-
here? I can't.
I'm gonna flex real quick. I went into Cherno TV's fucking Twitch channel and Dogruns was in there because he's a mod for him. And
Oh my God.
it was like, oh look, it's that Tupper. And Dogrun said it's Tupper. And he's like, oh yeah, you're the guy from VRChat. I was like, here, hold on real quick. And he gave me VIP. And I was like, hey, what's this? And he's like, it's
Whoa.
nothing. And I was like, cool. And that's the end of the story.
In a single
Nice.
word, how was
Okay.
Valve?
Okay, questions. Noe, in a single word, how is Valve?
Time.
I just said that. Boy.
Ideas for the
Chill.
Valve
Mega.
Index Frunk.
Chill.
It's like
Fucking
voice on
front.
IRC Flip Trip.
Talk to a guy who works on Knuckles. It was very chill. Very, very fun little thing.
They said one word. All right.
Okay, chill.
Ideas for the Valve Index Frunk.
Yui, I've been in VR for the last couple months on these streams, but today I'm at my parents' house, so I don't have VR.
Oh,
I like
ideas.
Switch dock.
Snack
First-
dispenser's good. That's a good one.
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is like Leap Motion because it's like a perfectly sized
But
hole
you
for
already,
Leap
but
Motion.
you already got cameras. You got better
But
cameras for Leap
you already
Motion.
got cameras.
You could do that
so-
completely in software.
You put like a little fan on it. Easy.
Um,
Fan in the hole.
a plug for a subwoofer pack. I mean, that's
guess if-
you probably wouldn't want the cable coming out of the front though.
Oh,
I mean,
just buy a sub
Virtual
pack.
Boy cartridge slot.
Just buy a sub pack.
Yeah,
Question for
haptics on
Leeroy.
the front of your headset. I don't know why you.
Jacobus says snack dispenser.
Question
I'm
for
thinking,
Leeroy:
like,
will you have surgery to finally make your forehead normal size? That would kill him. He would die.
he'd lose his only character.
Fuck you. Sorry. I'm gonna
You can
beat
unplug the
Logan's
built-in
ass.
speakers and wrap
We,
them
we
to the
don't
sub
we
pack.
don't swear on this podcast.
Oh, we
by
forgot
the way.
another detail about the index.
I'm sorry.
Right.
The headphones
don't
aren't
swear.
exactly. Yeah, the headphones aren't
Fucking podcast.
headphones. They're actually off-ear, open-back speakers. So they never touch your ear. They sit off of them, which means you get a lot of sound leak. But like, who
The
cares?
radiators.
I guess.
Fine.
My only concern is headset to microphone sound leaking. That's my primary concern. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
considering
Apparently the
that,
It seems they're like targeted speakers. So I
Oh.
don't think.
yeah,
That, but also the microphones. I was talking to one of my audiophile friends about this, and it's apparently the specifications of those microphones on the headset are really, really good.
Loon just made a
And
good
they're
point.
also-
There's two microphone inputs.
Oh, Loon's
They have two
right.
separate mics. Okay, so
Oh.
that means it both
That's
has
pretty
stereo and
cool.
echo cancellation, so it can cancel
Oh,
its
yeah,
own
yeah, yeah.
stuff.
There's
Good.
two microphones, and they're on opposite sides of the screen, like underneath the cameras too, so you won't
Well,
breathe
wouldn't it
into
be
them.
wonderful if Pimax
Huh.
like used their brain a little bit and didn't put their microphone mounted on the Pimax headset 6 feet in this direction? That'd be great. What a fucking travesty of a headset. Anyways,
You could have gotten an empty box and have been, more.
it would have been
Exactly.
it would have been more
It
worth
would
it.
have been better.
I spent $800 on the Pimax and I used it for maybe 6 hours total, which means what is that? $125 per hour.
125.
Yeah, sure. Sounds
Let's
great.
go selling a Pimax.
Yeah, I'm strongly considering selling the Pimax. There's some people on. Oh wait, there's some people on Reddit that want it.
Oh, cool.
just don't show them this recording.
Yeah. No, they
It's
hate that.
garbage.
Reddit hates name drops.
Reddit.
$133.33. Yes. How's the Oculus Quest? Can't really tell you much about it yet. I don't think. But
They
it's
lifted
good.
the NDA.
They mostly did. There's still some questions that we'd rather not breach.
Yeah, I think
If you have a specific question, it might be able to be answered, but just like, how's the quest? I mean, general consensus, it's good.
It's very good. It is probably
good.
the best. Sign the Pimax and sell it on Reddit. Oh
I'll
shit.
buy.
a Tupper signed Pimax.
I'll buy it.
Oh man.
Even though I already have
Reddit.
Tupper's signature.
I'll just write on it with
Ooh.
silver Sharpie. I'm extremely disappointed in cursive, and then
And-
sign in.
And AIC can sign each other's quests.
Yeah.
I want to
We could do
sticker
that.
bomb my quest. I want to get
Oh, yeah,
VR
we
chat
gotta- we gotta
stickers
do
printed
stickers.
out
So
and sticker bomb
So
them.
Oh my god.
the quest, in all honesty, is probably going to be the Nintendo Switch for VR. Like, it's accessible to a much larger group of people. You don't need a expensive computer to use it. Can you put your hand behind it? No, there's no camera in the back, so
I mean,
you're
you can physically do it, but like, you're not going to track that
Yeah.
far back.
yeah, you're not gonna track. Like it's got I assume the same prediction algorithms and like acceleration and gyros as the Rift Touch controllers do, and those do decently well once you get out of range.
How far would you
Um,
say you could stick your hand back behind you for it to still track? Probably like.
Probably
Not
about that.
by
At
maybe?
least
Yeah.
pretty far.
Probably probably not that far. Like if I'm interpreting information instead of off of my experiences, but the pictures of the cameras, I'd say about the top of your head is where you're gonna start to lose stuff.
So imagine the stretching.
They do it via muse. As long as you're moving them, it'll still track poorly. Yeah,
they can still track them pretty far
stretching
back
and then
out
your
here.
arms fall off.
They can?
Yeah, like I've seen a bunch of videos of people using them so far, and like the tracking cone is actually like quite a bit decent behind you as well. Just because of the way the lenses are on the cameras for the Quest.
I don't imagine like most people who don't care about anything aside from just 6-DoF controllers and that's their only track points, then they're just gonna be like, eh.
Your hands will be
I think
well
it'll be
out of your
sufficient.
peripheral vision before you even begin to notice the tracking being bad.
Most people thought it was just a mobile VR headset. Well, technically, it is just a mobile VR headset, but it is the most powerful and most full-featured one so far. It's the first one with like true 6-DoF controllers and a pair of them, which makes a huge difference. Like honestly, that's not really harped on enough. The fact that you have controllers and they are equivalent in functionality and essentially equivalent in form to the touch controllers, which are until June 28th the best VR controllers available. Yeah. God damn.
I think touch still
Can't
holds
wait to
up
be a
pretty
Chad
well
X.
against Knuckles. Touch is really good. Knuckles are also
Don't you
great.
have Nux already? I
have
do.
them. Oh.
I have EV3s and DVs. However, I'm using primarily the Rift right now because my two other choices are a OG launch Vive, which weighs 10 billion pounds, or a Pimax, which
is garbage.
weighs 10 billion,
Which is a Pimax.
10 billion pounds on my soul. So I don't want to use either of those. I actually get a headache from wearing the Vive, so.
Also, here's a little tidbit of information that nobody asked about, but in the recent Steam VR update, the compositor model for the Knuckles has been updated. So now on the inside of the tracking ring, it says Valve Index, and it has the
You
index
mentioned that
logo
at the
on the
beginning.
outside. Yeah, I just wanted to say it again because I thought it was really cute.
They require charging, Arbo.
Yep.
How long does the battery last?
Like 8 hours.
8
That's
hours.
pretty long.
That's a
Let's have
long
pretty good
time.
batteries.
I think they've lasted 10 hours for me at some point.
Yeah.
And
they
then all
last
you
a
have to do
long
is
time.
get like one 10k milliamp hour battery that has 2 USB outputs, put it in your back pocket and run 2 cables to it, and like you'll recharge it while you're using it.
There's a USB.
And if you're playing for
There's
that long,
USB out
then stop.
on the index, right? Couldn't you just charge your Nux from the headset?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm charging right now. Hold on.
Just get long
How
cables.
comfortable are the Knuckle controllers? So the Knuckles, also known as the index controllers, they're actually pretty comfortable for
Also
me.
known as the index finger.
They're really
They're tough to adjust for small hands.
Yeah, if you have really small hands, they're kind of uncomfortable. If you have really
I
big
feel
hands,
like-
they're also uncomfortable. But
The only issue I have with them, but that might be changed, because I have EV3s. My hands don't grip them, like my fingers overlap.
yeah, they
whenever I try to
kind
hold them.
of grip a little weird.
Like,
I don't really
can't-
like
With tiny hand.
I'm
Tiny
not
hand
sure.
Jacoba.
I'm not sure if like that's just how
Confirmed.
my hand is shaped or the form of the index, but like my ring finger sits on top of my pinky when I hold them.
So the only issue that I have with the index controllers is the handle is curved in a certain way
Just
that it's
small
not like
overall, Shadow.
yeah, it's a small enough curve to where it's not like holding like a bat or anything, but it's also not like holding like a gun. It's like an in between, and it's a little bit uncomfortable for me. But other than that, they're all right.
Yeah, if your hands are too big, then you're just kind of screwed. Like if you were if you're Andre the Giant, that's not gonna work.
When I say small
well,
hands, I mean like
I'm not getting one.
Dave, you should come
small
here.
hands as in length.
Yeah.
Like I have really slim hands, but my fingers are long. And
Switch out.
comfy.
What's happening?
I think Abe's jumping on.
Oh, geez, are we getting like a soul swap here?
Yo, I'm on the muteless
Body
now.
swap.
I don't like this.
I did
No,
it.
stop!
I
It's
don't
I
so
made
crazy.
it. Mom, get the camera. Where's the camera?
I do not like
Abe.
this voice swap.
Abe.
Oh no!
Hmm.
Abe. Tell Noe the bot. is to
Stop
my friend
posing
request.
like Noe! Stop it! Stop stealing it!
Stop!
No, I don't like
Back
this.
demon!
I do not want it. No, this is fucked up. It's
Stop!
fucked up.
Where is
Do the
it?
shake. Do the shake.
No, there we go.
Oh no! I'm out.
No! Leave, demon! This is terrible.
God, that's cursed.
No.
Oh, now we're lagging. Or I'm lagging at least.
I don't like this.
Okay.
Can we get more
Well-
questions? I don't.
That was a good episode.
No! You can't do that! You're not allowed! You don't have the permissions! You're scaring Sin, look!
Look at Sin.
Why would you do this?
I'm just standing over here.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Arba says Ave doing yeah.
That's where he dropped the line.
Yeah, do a Sega.
Do it for the stream. Do it.
Sega.
Do it for the stream.
No, you have to do the angry eyes when you say Sega.
Sega.
Which one? No, it's not that one.
Sega.
Sega.
No.
No. No. It's I think
This
it's rock and
one's
roll.
Complicated.
Oh, you had
It's
it.
rock and
You had it.
roll.
This one?
Was it? Is it rock and roll?
Oh,
Yeah, it's rock
oh,
and
that's
roll.
rude.
Sega.
Oh. Wow.
I didn't even know Noe had that.
Sega.
Say
Jesus. There you go. Sega.
Oh. Sega.
Sega.
All right. Well, if we don't have more questions, let's go. Cause I'm hungry. I want to get some. Something.
Hold on. I
Wait,
gotta
hold
make a tribute. Gotta make a tribute.
Tribute. Tribute to what?
Tribute. Hold on. I'm
On.
gotta. Gotta.
What is, oh.
So it's still loading for.
O and Rio. O and O. O Rio Rio. Re 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 re. O. Oreo. Ore ore. Re re ore. Ore ore ore. Re rio. Re ore. O re 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 o. O re 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 o. O re 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 o.
Failed.
Me too.
Ah!
Stop! Stop!
There it
Holy
is.
fuck!
Let me copy
Stop.
this. Hold on. No, you bitch.
Jesus Christ!
Well, there you
God
go.
Damn.
There you go.
Hey guys, I brought someone here.
Oh, I was making that tribute just for you, and there you are. Hi, Pants.
You
Guys,
summoned him.
this is Pants.
It's
Say hi,
pants.
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 Pants, get over here.
Pants,
Guys,
You. I want to be on the
Just
mute list,
type-
but I'm not gonna get over
go
to
to
next to
the
the camera
VRCA
because I'm
server and just type @pants.
at
Yeah, or
Pants.
chicken wing in it. @chicken
Right,
wing in it. There you go. Just do
Do
it.
the thing. Do the thing. Pants. Do the thing. Do the thing. Do the meme. Do the funny joke. Do the joke. Do the joke. Do it. Do the joke.
Come on,
You already did it.
Do the joke.
No, don't do a joke
Do the joke.
again. That's no.
Oh my god.
Make a funny
Oh,
face.
I hope the stream's off.
You were
This would be
you were
embarrassing.
you were
It's not.
It's not off.
It should be up.
all right. Thanks for watching the mute list this week. We'll be
Ron,
back
save
2 weeks from now. We're gonna talk about whatever the fuck we talk about. Don't do
Jesus.
that. Jesus.
Do it again. Do it again.
Make sure that if you're interested, tune in to the VR Chat development stream next week. It is on Wednesday at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. Eastern, 12 a.m. GMT. We're going to talk about stuff. I honestly have no idea exactly what it is yet, so don't ask me.
Right on.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? That's
Do a
it.
funny face. Do a
Do funny face.
Do a funny face.
I don't
That's
have my
all you're good
animation.
for, all right?
Three.
Do the funny face.
This
Subscribe
guy,
to Flip Trip.
This guy.
I'm not already being subscribed to Flip Trip.
Look at this dude.
Look at the top of his head. Look at his lips.
Jesus. Subscribe to Flip Trip. Just go to fliptrip.com/subscribe. Just Flip Trip with 6 P's. That is Flip Trip with 18 F's and 47 T's and
Trip.
16 P's.
Noive.
That's it.
Trip.
Subscribe to pants.com. You can get free pants all the time. I'm not talking about pants you wear in your pants. I'm talking about pants that you wear. I don't know how you would do that. Pants is a maid. Pants will work for you as a maid. Pants
Yeah.
will come to your house and be your maid for real money, for real bitcoins, for 100,000 bitcoins.
Definitely.
I mean, that's a lot of fucking bitcoins. You'd be a maid for that. Are you kidding me? Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Anyways, thanks, Leeroy, for being our guest here. Don't rub my beard again. That was weird. But you're gonna do it anyways.
It's gonna happen again.
Bitcoin is 7K now. Wait, really? Oh, I can get my money back. So, anyways, yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Fix it. Fix it.
It's
Hello,
true.
and
Fix it.
welcome to VR Chat.
Fix
If
it.
you haven't already, open your system
Is it over
menu,
yet?
set your locomotion to classic,
No,
and pick
still
personal
going.
space.
Is it over yet?
No.
God, please end it now. Please kill me.